Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. I wish आप सब बढ़िया होंगे. सबसे पहले I would like to thank you for selecting my video in your planning for this Leh Ladakh trip. This is my first video log and I have tried my best to cover all the aspects of planning this trip to be a successful and joyful one for you. जब मैं अपनी ट्रिप की प्लानिंग कर रहा था तो बहुत सारे कुछ ऐसे सवाल थे जिनके जवाब मुझे नहीं मिल पाए in almost 100 plus video logs that I watched on YouTube. तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना उन सवालों के जवाब दिए जाएं जो आपके लिए भी अनसुने रह गए हों. लाइक विच व्हीकल टू चूज़, कौन सी गाड़ी जा पाएगी, ऑक्सीजन की कमी, रास्ते कैसे हैं, स्टे कितना कॉस्ट करेगा, RT-PCR रिपोर्ट्स चाहिए या नहीं, कोविड सर्टिफिकेट्स चाहिए या नहीं, कोविड वैक्सीनेशन सर्टिफिकेट्स, आई एम सॉरी, इनर लाइन परमिट्स कितने दिन चाहिए सब कवर करने के लिए, मोबाइल सिग्नल आता है या नहीं आता, हाउ मच डज द ओवरऑल ट्रिप कॉस्ट बाय रोड एंड ऑल सच थिंग्स. तो फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, सेफ्टी इज़ ऑफ utmost importance whether you are traveling on a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. Keep a track of the weather conditions. It's highly unsafe to travel during the rainy seasons as the roads are not perfect at all places. तो हम लोग 2 लोग थे एंड हमने अपना ट्रिप चंडीगढ़ से स्टार्ट किया था अराउंड 10 AM एंड वी रीच्ड मनाली एट अराउंड 6 PM इन द इवनिंग. हम लोग रात मनाली रुके. द होटल वाज होटल स्नो पीक रिट्रीट. It's a nice 3-star hotel with an amazing view and only 10 to 15 minutes walk from the mall road. The car that we used in the entire trip is a Maruti Suzuki Dzire. It's a personal diesel vehicle and to be honest मुझे कोई issue face नहीं करना पड़ा during the entire trip. हाँ, 2-4 जगह ज़रूर ऐसा महसूस हुआ कि ग्राउंड क्लियरेंस कुछ कम है गाड़ी का, बट देन वो भी उन जगहों पर जहाँ पर रास्ता बहुत ख़राब था या फिर मुझे कहना चाहिए जैसे रास्ता था ही नहीं. तो बट ऐसा कुछ कभी कभी सिटीज़ में भी महसूस करने को मिलता है जब गाड़ी फुली लोडेड हो, सभी पैसेंजर्स बैठे हुए हों और किसी आप बम्पी स्पीड ब्रेकर से निकल रहे हो. आई एम श्योर इफ़ यू ओन अ डिज़ायर यू मस्ट हैव एक्सपीरियंस द सेम, अ डिज़ायर और अ स्विफ्ट व्हाटएवर और अ सेडान, राइट. So otherwise no issues at all with this Dzire diesel. No overheating, no starting problem. The push is great for climbing the hills as well. The other important thing is the hotels are almost packed. So I would recommend you to plan and book your stay prior if you are traveling with family at almost all the places during the trip. अगर आप book नहीं भी करते, I'm not saying you won't get an accommodation. But it might not surpass your expectations and you might also have to pay a hefty tariff. Okay, मतलब आपसे कोई 2000 या 2500 या 3000 का कमरा 8 या 10,000 भी ले लेगा. तो हम लोगों ने हर जगह पर होटल बुक किए थे. At some places without breakfast as well because we had to leave early from the hotels or the homestays to our next destination. So we thought like why to waste for the breakfast. बट हम लोगों ने अपने साथ काफ़ी सारा सामान कैरी किया था लाइक रेडी टू ईट, दिस MTR के 2 मिनट वाला पोहा के पैक्स आते हैं, वर्मा सिली के पैक आते हैं, उपमा के पैक आते हैं जिनके लिए सिर्फ आपको एक केटल चाहिए होती है विच यू कैन ऑलमोस्ट फाइंड एट ऑल दी प्लेसेस. अदरवाइज आप अपने साथ भी एक कैरी कर सकते हैं केटल. एनीवेज वाटर एनीवेज यू विल बी कैरिंग विद यू बिस्लेरी और किनले वॉट एवर ब्रांड यू यूज़. तो मिनरल वाटर एनीवेज यू विल बी कैरिंग. सो better to carry a kettle as well, so wherever you get electricity you can just put on the kettle and boil your water and make your breakfast or a snack ready. So I would also suggest कि आप अपने साथ काफ़ी सारा ऐसा कुछ सामान कैरी करें which will help you during the entire trip. तो before we start, सबसे पहले क्या क्या prerequisites होने चाहिए इस ट्रिप के लिए as per me. The first thing which I noticed was that we should be starting our journey on weekdays, starting as well as ending our journey on weekdays. I know I am being salaried, and I can understand a lot of people who are salaried, and even business persons also. Um, you tend to use your weekend in between, right? Just to avoid your weekday offs. So, but then in case if you do that, you might end up in heavy traffic jams. That's what we have felt. Uh, More or less till Manali, or from Srinagar to Chandigarh. Like from Chandigarh to Manali or from Srinagar to Chandigarh, you might face that. But once you cross Manali and you go up to Leh, or from Leh to Srinagar, ये प्रॉब्लम आपको फेस नहीं करनी पड़ेगी. बट व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग योर जर्नी and when you are ending your journey, then that time you might plan for a weekday start. क्योंकि हम लोगों ने अपनी जर्नी चंडीगढ़ से स्टार्ट की थी. So that's what I'm telling you, my experience. The second thing is the inner line permits. Now the inner line permits, ये permits required हैं in case if you are planning to visit beyond Leh, like you're planning to visit the Zanskar range, or you're planning to visit the Pangong Valley, or Hanle, Nubra Valley, places like that, right? तो लिंक इसका मैंने आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल के दिया है, जिसमें से आप परमिट की वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हैं. दिस इज़ अ लेह लद्दाख एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वेबसाइट. उसमें आप इन केस इफ़ यू आर अ डोमेस्टिक ट्रैवलर, डोमेस्टिक टूरिस्ट, यू कैन चूज़ रजिस्टर एज डोमेस्टिक. डिफरेंट लिंक्स आर बीइंग गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन, तो आपको वो लिंक मिल जाएगा. एंड अगर आप ओवरसीज़ टूरिस्ट हैं, इन केस इफ़ यू आर coming from abroad, you can also use register as overseas tourist. And then in case if you forget to take a printout, you can always take a printout by entering the ID of your permit. Then the third thing should be always good to carry the food stuff, which I told you, like some ready to eat stuff. And then the most important thing which I could not get an answer for was कि आपको ऑक्सीजन कैन कैरी करने चाहिए या नहीं करने चाहिए, राइट? तो टू बी ऑनेस्ट, आई एम टेलिंग यू फ्रॉम माई एक्सपीरियंस. आई suffered from COVID in the second wave in May 2021, and I had breathlessness issues, so I carried 2 oxygen cans with me, 12 liter can each. But thankfully I didn't have to use it. मुझे यूज़ नहीं करना पड़ा. Rest, I'm not generalizing this, but rest, it depends upon person to person. Please don't take it generic. Always seek medical advice if you are doubtful. मैंने अपने लिए Diamox 250 एक टैबलेट आता है, वो भी यूज़ किया था, which help you with altitude sickness or breathlessness as well. Almost 6 to 7 days. Every morning I took 1 tablet after breakfast. But then this is something which was advised by my doctor. I would request you to check with your medical advisor before consuming this medicine. The last thing, I would say a prerequisite or like something to consider is always try to refuel your tank to full tank wherever you find a fuel pump. क्योंकि इस रूट पर मनाली ले रूट पर आपको almost there is a stretch which is around 350 kilometers where you won't find any fuel pump. I know this 350 kilometers is not too much, but when you are on a hilly terrain or the road conditions are not really good, then you might end up in low fuel or an empty tank, right? So in that case you should always be careful. तो हम लोगों ने मनाली से लगभग 6 बजे सुबह निकले थे, and we managed to reach Leh at 9 p.m, which I would say like a total of 13 hours journey with like 2 or 3 stops for snacks or food, and then multiple stops for washroom or restrooms, right? You won't find any restroom on the way, so you know what I mean. तो आई एम श्योर ये वीडियो देखने से पहले आपने और भी कई सारे वीडियोस देखे होंगे और सुना भी होगा कि इट्स इम्पॉसिबल और वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रीच ले ऑन द सेम डे फ्रॉम मनाली. आई डोंट डिसएग्री विद दिस स्टेटमेंट, बट देन वेयर देयर इज़ अ विल देयर इज़ अ वे. इट्स रियली टायरिंग no doubt about it. But we enjoyed the drive. We were 2 people, and then both of us could drive, so we made use of it. And anyways, that's something which we all crave for, right? The drive experience, isn't it? मनाली से अटल टनल होते हुए हमने रोहतांग पास क्रॉस किया, and there was a security check at Atal Tunnel, and I guess it's mostly for outside Himachal or J&K cars to ensure that the passengers are not carrying any kind of fuel, stove or gas cylinders with them. So it's an advice for you as well. Please don't carry these kind of materials with you. The security personnel might really check your vehicle as well, right? So once you cross this Atal Tunnel, there is a point wherein you will see like there is a 3 idiots shooting point as well. वो भी आपको नज़र आएगा. But I would say Atal Tunnel is really a masterpiece. फिर हम जिस्पा पहुँचे and then we refueled our vehicle with full tank. अब जिस्पा एंड कीलोंग के बाद आपको नेक्स्ट फ्यूल पंप ले में ही मिलेगा, विच इज़ अराउंड 350 plus kilometers. Now the next stop was Darcha. Darcha has a security check post, so you have to make sure that you cross Darcha at like on or before 12 p.m. I would say. दारचा क्रॉस करके नेक्स्ट स्टॉप वॉज सरचू एंड देन ले. रास्ते में आपको काफ़ी जगह मैगी, टी, कॉफ़ी, पराठा पॉइंट्स मिल जाएंगे, बट देन देर इज़ अ स्ट्रेच ऑफ 100 to 150 kilometers which is very very rough, and there is nothing available to eat and no public conveniences like washroom etc. तो हम लोग ले में लगभग 3 nights स्टे किया था at accommodation named Leh Town Residency. There was a person named Mr. Rigzin there, and I have given the contact number as well. You can always try to contact him and book your stay prior. It's a very nice stay. बहुत अच्छे rooms हैं, काफ़ी spacious हैं, and food is also okay. तो दो ये जगह थोड़ा सा सिटी से दूर है, 5 से 10 मिनट का ड्राइव है सिटी से. देन शांति स्तूपा इज क्वाइट नियर टू दिस प्लेस, एंड देन यू कैन come out, like it's on the outskirts of the city, so you can go to the other places nearby, like the Hall of Fame and the Gurdwara Shri Pathar Sahib and then Magnetic Hill. They are approachable from this side of the outskirts. The room cost was around 2200 with breakfast. एंड ले में स्टे के दौरान हम लोगों ने लोकल साइट सीइंग किया वाइल गेटिंग एक्लामेटाइज्ड, जैसे कि ले पैलेस, द मेन मार्केट, थोड़ा शॉपिंग ऑफ सोवेनियर्स लाइक फ्रिज मैग्नेट्स, शॉल्स, स्टॉल्स एक्सेट्रा. यू विल फाइंड मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस. देन एज आई सेड, द गुरुद्वारा श्री पत्थर साहिब, एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू हैव लंगर देयर. The Magnetic Hill, we also tried the ATV rides there. Then there is a Sangam point, the point of confluence of 2 rivers. You'll find different color waters. So Leh में postpaid connection of Airtel was good with 4G. Even Manali से Leh के बीच में भी till Darcha there was a good connectivity. On, like as I said, like 3 nights we stayed in Leh. The 4th day we started from Leh at around 7 a.m. हम लोग हानले के लिए निकले. हानले is famous for the Indian Astronomical Observatory, and it is around 250 kilometers from Leh, and it took us around 6.5 hours or so from Leh to Hanle. Road is quite bad for almost I would say 70 to 100 kilometers. ऑब्जर्वेटरी शाम 5 बजे तक खुली रहती है समर्स में, सो इफ यू प्लान योर डे स्टार्ट अर्ली फ्रॉम ले, यू कैन विजिट द ऑब्जर्वेटरी द सेम डे. अब ideally the observatory is good to see, like it's kind of a once in a lifetime experience. You can just see like how the telescope, how big it is, and how the observatory and the other mechanical parts works. But then there's no option for the tourist to see through the eyepiece. आप सिर्फ images देख सकते हैं, and then there are people at the observatory who will explain you how the procedure works. The name of the telescope is Himalayan Chandra telescope, and I believe it's the highest in India, from altitude perspective. Hanle में आपको BSNL postpaid is only working, but then the place where we stayed The name of the place was Gua Homestay, or also Tibetan Gazelle. Mr. Zotpa was there. His number also I have put in the description of this video. So since it was a homestay, the rooms are quite homely, but I really appreciate the host hospitality and their attitude. Very nice and loving people. रूम का टैरिफ लगभग 2400 रुपये के आसपास, 2400-2500. इट माइट डिफर विद द सीजन, राइट, बट विद ब्रेकफास्ट एंड डिनर. तो बट हम लोगों ने वहाँ जाकर एक्सपीरियंस किया और देखा भी कि वहाँ पर एक होटल लाइक अकोमोडेशन भी है जिसका नाम है उमलिंगला रेजिडेंसी, बिकॉज देयर इज अ पास, उमलिंगला पास, which is now the highest motorable road in the world at a height of 19,300 feet, way above the Khardungla top, right, which stands at 18,340 feet. तो बट हम लोगों ने ये मिस कर दिया उमलिंगला. we did not know about this. The day we were about to leave, someone told us like, okay, there's some place like Umlingla Pass as well, but then if you are traveling you should try this also. The next day we started from Hanle to Pangong Lake after breakfast, and Hanle to Pangong is around 150 kilometers, but हमें almost 5.5 घंटे लगे पहुंचने में due to bad or no road conditions. I would say road कई जगह पर है ही नहीं. तो if you are checking on this Google Maps now, okay, there is one more prerequisite which you should have, is downloading the offline maps. Since आपके पास connectivity नहीं रहेगा कई जगहों पर, even at these homestays in Hanle, Pangong, you won't find Wi-Fi as well, right? तो आप the place from where you are starting, or maybe from Leh, you can download the maps so that you have connectivity or the route options available, right? Yeah, so that is one prerequisite, because whatever you download for offline maps, that will stay for 30 days at least in your phone. So then if you are searching from Hanle to Pangong, it might show you around 300 kilometers or something, but Hanle से Pangong से पहले आपके पास एक जगह आती है मेराक, where you will have a lot of homestays and eco camps and tents. तो आप वहाँ स्टे कर सकते हैं. वहाँ आपको होमस्टेज लगभग 2500-3000 के आसपास मिल जाएगा, और टेंट्स वगैरह 8000 से 10,000 के बीच में रहेगा पर नाइट. तो क्योंकि लेक भी काफ़ी लंबी है, लगभग 90 to 100 किलोमीटर्स इट्स इन लेंथ, तो वो डिस्टेंस वहाँ कवर हो जाता है. इवन इफ यू स्टे इन मेराक, यू विल बी वेरी नियर टू द लेक. लाइक द होम स्टे वेयर वी वर स्टेइंग, इट्स लाइक 3 or 4 kilometers from the lake. So yeah, that is also a very good place to stay at. But Pangong के लिए मैं आपको कोई होम स्टे सजेस्ट नहीं करूँगा, क्योंकि the one where we stayed was really a disappointment after we checked in. हम लोगों ने फोटोज़ वगैरह सब देखा था बुक करने से पहले, बट इट वाज ओके, बट आफ्टर वी चेक्ड इन इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ डिसअपॉइंटमेंट फॉर अस. तो इसलिए बी केयरफुल एट पैंगोंग और मेराक. और पैंगोंग में भी सिर्फ आपको BSNL पोस्ट पेड ही काम कर रहा है. तो बट यू कैन ऑल्सो रिक्वेस्ट योर होस्ट टू लेट यू गिव देयर फोन फॉर अ वाइल और फॉर a minute or a 2 minutes call to your home, just to inform your well-being and all those things. But the beauty and the view and the scenic views of the lake and nearby places is really splendid. Okay, we really enjoyed that. The next day we started from Merak to Hunder. Hunder is in Nubra Valley, and then it's around 190 plus kilometers from Pangong, and it took us around 6.5 hours due to bad or no road at all on the way. So कई जगह पर roads नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. हुंदर में एयरटेल पोस्टपेड was working after reinstalling the SIM card. ये 2-3 स्ट्रेच ऐसे थे between Hanle to Pangong and Pangong to Nubra Valley where we felt that the ground clearance of Dzire is not enough. But then ऐसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं आया. हल्का फुल्का कहीं पर गाड़ी बीच में स्टोन्स पे लगती है, और then it passes through. Now Hunder is known for good stay options. We stayed at a place named Organic Boutique Retreat Hotel, The host was Mr. Tashi. I have put his number in the description. It is one of the best stay option, I would say. The rooms and tents are really neat and clean. The premises is really good. The food is really great and the host is very kind and cooperative. रूम हमें लगभग 2500 के आसपास मिल गया था विद ब्रेकफास्ट एंड डिनर. द टेंट्स माइट कॉस्ट यू 3500 to 4000. The rates might differ with season, so kindly check before you reach. Hunder, may we enjoyed the double humped camel ride. We also tried archery, ATV rides, and we also visited the Diskit Monastery on the way from Hunder to Leh with a very tall statue of Maitreya Buddhaji. It's around 106 feet or something. That's what the figure says. Then next day we started back to Leh. The distance was around 125 kilometers and it took us around 5 hours, as we also made a stop at the mighty Khardungla. That was once the highest motorable road in the world. We took some good photos and videos. So yeah, we stayed overnight at Leh again at Leh Town Residency, again pre-booked, the same stay where we stayed earlier 3 nights, and then we started from Leh to Chandigarh. Now we followed a different route this time. आते हुए हम लोगों ने चंडीगढ़, मनाली, ले रूट फॉलो किया था. वापसी में हमने सोचा क्योंकि वो रोड बहुत ज़्यादा ख़राब है, इट्स लाइक 100 to 150 किलोमीटर्स वहाँ रोड है ही नहीं. तो we thought like we should try the Srinagar वाला route also. तो we came from we came to Chandigarh via Kargil, Drass, Srinagar and Jammu. The road is really wonderful, far better from Manali Leh highway. At times there might be convoys of the army which might ask you to stop in between for some time, but then it's worth traveling through this route. It was safe, but I would really suggest check for any events prior traveling, and it's really scenic as well. You will find Drass is really beautiful. I would call it as Switzerland up here, right? And then you'll see Sonmarg. There's a place named Sonmarg before Srinagar that is also really beautiful. The only bad road on this route is in and around the Jojila Pass. But in the coming years this will also get through, as there is a project ongoing to build a tunnel. जैसे अटल टनल बिल्ड की गई है रोहतांग पास के थ्रू, वैसे ही जोजिला पास के थ्रू एक जोजिला टनल बनाई जा रही है. द प्रोजेक्ट नेम इज प्रोजेक्ट बीकन. दैट्स व्हाट द बोर्ड सेड. सो दिस बैड रोड स्ट्रेच इज अराउंड 15 to 20 किलोमीटर्स. यू माइट फाइंड कि स्टोन्स भी वहाँ गिर रहे हैं सड़कों पर छोटे छोटे. कई बार क्या होता है कि द माउंटेन गोट्स आर ऑन टॉप ऑफ द हिल्स एंड दे ट्राई टू क्लाइंब अप, एंड व्हाइल मेकिंग देयर क्लाइंब दे माइट पुश सम स्टोन्स डाउन टू द रोड. तो ऐसा कुछ आपको एक्सपीरियंस करने को मिल सकता है. नाउ इन दिस ले श्रीनगर हाईवे यू विल ऑल्सो फाइंड अ स्पॉट वेयर जैसे कि जब तक है जान मूवी की शूटिंग यहाँ पर हुई थी. तो हम लोग सुबह लगभग 6 बजे के आसपास निकले थे ले से, while following this Kargil, Drass and Srinagar route, and we reached Srinagar at around 3 p.m. Around 9 hours total trip, more or less kind of a non-stop. Then since we reached Srinagar at 3 p.m. only, we thought like okay, Jammu chalte hain, we can cover more distance this way. So हम लोगों ने श्रीनगर से जम्मू का रास्ता लगभग 7 से 8 घंटे में कवर किया. देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रैफिक जैम्स. लगभग एक दो जगह पर तो हमें 30-30, 40-40 किलोमीटर के लॉन्ग ट्रक फंसे हुए मिले कि वहाँ पर जैम लगा हुआ है ट्रक्स का, only for trucks. But the traffic police was kind enough. They were allowing the cars to go from the wrong side. So still we were able to reach by 10 or 11 p.m. At Jammu. Then we stayed overnight at Jammu at Hotel Vivek. This is very near to the general bus stand in Jammu. And then you'll find a lot of places in Jammu. Jammu is not an issue at all. तो हम लोगों ने वापस चंडीगढ़ स्टार्ट किया नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग अराउंड 10 a.m. and we reached Chandigarh at 5 p.m. like in 7 hours. But I would say it was It was really a wonderful experience, like a dream come true. We did the whole route from Chandigarh to Manali to Leh, Hanle, Pangong, Nubra Valley, Leh, Srinagar, Jammu, and then back to Chandigarh in almost 10 days. 9 nights, 10 days. And that's all, guys. I really wish you all the luck for your planning towards this trip, and I hope this video will really help you in your planning. All the best, and be safe. Thank you.